Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wash U Beartics Week 4 prep against the Houston Frokets, coached by Randy and CurseShaka. Their links are in the description below, and we are back here again with the Team Battle League. But of course, this isn't on my channel, and I am certainly not alone. I am joined by Jolt of TheTokenMinorities.
Hello, I am Jolt of TheTokenMinorities, and I'm excited to get back into another fun building session here. I think it'll be a fun match. Randy, really cool guy. I've gotten to know him pretty well over the past few years, and his partner CurseShaka, not too familiar with him, but I think it'll be fun to throw down against him here this week. So yeah, we have a pretty interesting matchup going on, but if you haven't already checked out last week's battle, make sure to go give that a look. That'll be linked down in the description below. Was a really exciting game, so you really should go check it out if you want to see Noctowl do some pretty crazy stuff. So just go give it a look. But anyway, this week we're against a pretty cool team. They have the Rabombi, Alolan Persian, Haunter, Excadrill, Rotom Wash, Togekiss, Decidueye on top, Drampa, Reuniclus, and Gigalith. So a little bit of a kind of sand offense approach with some annoying kind of bouncy Pokemon as well. So yeah, it should be an interesting matchup. What are some of your initial thoughts, Goldoa?
Yeah, so right off the bat, I mean, obviously Excadrill is a threat. I think against us, Sand isn't as, like Sand Rush, I should say, isn't as good as something like Mold Breaker, because Rotom will wall a Sand Rush Excadrill pretty well if it's defensive. But that doesn't mean they're not going to bring the Sand, and I think Excadrill still makes a pretty good Scarfer, pretty good spinner against our team in general. And then the other thing to notice is that I just think is pretty interesting here is their walls in Rotom and Hitmontop and stuff really lack recovery. Obviously Togekiss and Reuniclus don't lack it, but they lack recovery, and so they're going to be getting chipped down by their own Sand. I find that to be an interesting choice there. I guess they could run Pain Split Rotom if they really wanted to, but so the first thing I'm noticing is, like, we want to make sure we're positioning ourselves for a mid game where threats are chipped, right? Because things are just going to get chipped by Sand on both our team and their team, and so we're going to have to make sure we're out of ranges that we wouldn't necessarily have to otherwise worry about, and also maybe we can expect them to be in ranges that will be a little bit more advantageous for us.
Yeah, and kind of along those same lines, like one of the things that I think we can really pressure on their team with ours is their special defense. They do have some decent, like, specially defensive Pokemon. Like, I think the Decidueye has a pretty good special defense stat. I know Togekiss does, obviously. Rotom Wash is a respectable one. Gigalith in the Sand especially is pretty good on the special defensive side. So they have some good specially defensive mons, but they're not going to bring all of those in that role. And we do have a lot of really powerful special attackers on our squad that might be able to apply some offensive pressure to them too. So I think that's something we can really think about in our build as at least an offensive option that we have against them. But, you know, on the same hand, or I guess on the other hand, their physical defense isn't exactly that great either. Like, the Alolan Persian does have really good physical bulk for sure with its ability, but I mean, for something like Terrakion on our team, like, obviously Alolan Persian isn't really a response to Terrakion ever. So with that in mind, really they don't have a whole lot that can deal with physical attackers. They might even be forced into bringing something like the Hitmontop to help out against the Terrakion. And honestly, if they have to bring Hitmontop, I'm pretty okay with that personally. So
yeah, I agree. I think Hitmontop doesn't really afford them much in this matchup at all, except half checking the Terrakion. The other thing we can consider here is that this is the first. We've talked about it. We talked about it last week. I know we did. I can't remember if it was on video or not. But we talked about it last week. How we were really frustrated that Gardevoir had not had great, opportunities to come. And I think this is the week where Gardevoir can really shine. First off, looking at the matchup, very few Moonblast switch-ins at all. Drill and Haunter aren't going to take very many, and also don't want to just hard switch in when Gardevoir could go for a super effective move on either of them, since it did pick up Mystical Fire this gen for the Excadrill, as well as potentially tricking or doing something, some sort of Will-O-Wisp shenanigans and just neutering the Excadrill anyway. And then it also has the added bonus of things having abilities that they don't want us to steal, right? So we can come in on the Hitmontop basically for free, because we're going to take any close combats. Bullet Punch is doing nothing anyway, and we're going to get the Intimidate from it. Reuniclus gives us Magic Guard, which is amazing. Persian gives us thick, whatever it's called, fur coat.
Yeah.
So, like, and even Rabombi is not a bad thing to have to get access to Shield Dust, because then we just don't take, you know, minus special attacks for Moon Blasts or things like that. So I think Gardevoir has a really good matchup here with Trace. I mean, obviously, draft, you almost always run Trace. But, like, I think it actually does present a... That was so many actuallys. I think it presents a very good matchup here. And I think it's time we show off that we both know how to use Gardevoir.
I totally agree. And I would say that, I mean, we could use Gardevoir in a choice scarf role if we wanted to use it specifically to revenge a Sandrush Excadrill. But looking at our roster, I think we can both agree that Sandrush Excadrill isn't the most likely option. I think that a Mold Breaker set makes a lot more sense when we have something like a Rotom that can deal with it pretty easily. We have, you know, Hydreigon that's able to switch into the ground moves if we need to. And I mean, also I guess those are the biggest examples of mons that where I think it would want to have the Mold Breaker. I don't know. Do you think the Sandrush is likely? I really don't see it coming, but
I mean, the thing is, we talked about this in our draft, and I don't think we've talked about it in a video yet. We drafted Ludicolo specifically because we were worried about Excadrill in this meta. Ludicolo stops Excadrill from doing literally anything, and it can change the sand away from terrain and then set up its own speed. So it would surprise me if they opted to go with a strategy that could so easily be diverted and give us actually a pretty advantageous position, because if they do have an Excadrill in and we switch into Ludicolo, you know, barring a crazy X-Scissor play, which they could have, but we could run the whatever berry that is, we should be able to just set up the rain and proceed to then reverse all of the momentum in the battle pretty easily. Whereas if they're Mold Breaker, at least they aren't relying on the sand. Their strategy will be something like Rapid Spin to get that speed boost anyway, and then maybe they're missing the coverage for Ludicolo, but that would also be fine. Because either if they are going to be Rapid Spin, they're going to be missing either Rock Slide or X-Scissor, right?
Or Shadow. Like they have, there's options out there, right? They need Shadow Claw, they need X-Scissor, they need Dual Stab, and then potentially
because if they're Dual Stab, Sandrush, and Rapid Spin or Swords Dance, then they can't touch Rotom.
Yeah.
Right. Because they're missing Shadow Claw. So
yeah. It's tough. It's really tough, I think, in the Excadrill slot. And I would say that Sandrush is still a possibility. I think it's not the most likely possibility, personally. Unless they just run a Sandrush 4 attacks Excadrill, which is going to struggle to break through some of our fatter stuff. Like the Seismitoad, for example, which, I mean, that can be pretty annoying for it. Even Girder, you know, Girder is able to switch in pretty easily if it's physically defensive to take on an Excadrill.
This could be Girder's big break here.
Girder looks pretty nice. Yeah, I think Girder looks pretty nice here too. But anyway, kind of go back to what I was thinking on Gardevoir. So I don't necessarily think that we need to use Gardevoir as a check to Sandrush Excadrill, because we do have some pretty decent, you know, checks to like a speedy Excadrill. So I'm thinking something a little bit fatter and something that can still abuse all of these abilities that their team is able to provide for Gardevoir. I think could be really nice here, as Moonblast is really spammable as is, which pretty much just means we really just need maybe one other coverage move to hit the rest of their team, just something that's able to hit the Excadrill, really. And then Gardevoir's good to go, so we can easily run something like Calm Mind, and that's the first thing that jumps out to me as a set that's really good here, is the Calm Mind set that might help us 1v1 stuff like the Reuniclus, maybe will help us against the Togekiss, which otherwise is kind of annoying to switch into guard. I really think a Calm Mind Gardevoir has a lot of merit here, personally.
Yeah, I think of the moves to run that could check the Excadrill, Mystical Fire is probably our best bet. I think that's the only move we get that's super effective outside of Focus Blast, and I mean, that's up to you, I guess. But Mystical Fire seems really good. Will-O-Wisp is also an option if we just want to set up, you know, if we're worried about Decidueye switching in or something, and we just want to, I mean, Mystical Fire actually covers that too. We just want to go for a burn and set up from there.
I mean, I'm not against the idea of Calm Mind Wisp 2 attacks. That does not look that bad, so that's an option.
That is an option. The other thing I like about Mystical Fire, though, is that it hits the Reuniclus and guaranteed lowers its special attack, whereas Moonblast only has a roll. So if they're going for Calm Minds and they're trying to put us in a Calm Mind war, we would be able to just Mystical Fire and just keep that thing basically trapped down at neutral special attack.
Puts us in a pretty safe position, I think, by doing that.
Does Gardevoir get stored power?
It might now, actually. That's something to look up. I don't know.
Oh, it does.
I don't believe it got it before. Maybe it did. I've never run it before.
I've never run it, but it could be worth it. Since we're not really going to be spamming the Psychic type move anyway.
I mean, maybe. It comes down to... So you're thinking like Calm Mind 3 attacks with Stored Power?
Yeah, as the Psychic coverage.
Mm-hmm. So just no like utility move in the last slot. That's possible. I could see that being okay.
I mean, the only mon that we need to click a Psychic type attack against is Haunter, technically. Right? There's nothing else that we'd want to click it over Moonblast.
I just don't see them bringing Haunter against us.
I'm just suggesting it as an option. So if you don't think we need it, I think Moonblast, Mystical Fire, some sort of support move, whatever that may be, and there's a whole lot of options that could be valuable here. Willow's a really good option. We could run like Psychic Terrain or Misty Terrain. I don't know how much priority they have, so I'm not sure how much Psychic Terrain is going to do for us.
I'm seeing Hitmontop and Decidueye as their only priority, I think. Maybe Sacrifice.
Could run Knock Off Guard, Destiny Bond, Disable, Willow, Taunt, Trick. I don't know about Trick.
So Taunt was the other option
Encore.
I'm kind of thinking about too. Like a Taunt, Calm Mind, Moonblast, and Mystical Fire Guard could be pretty decent too. Just again, it would help out in 1v1 in Reuniclus. It would help out against Togekiss. It prevents it from going for like Thunder Waves and stuff against us. Potentially would help out against Rotom Wash as well. That's going to be a Thunder Waver. So that's something to consider in that last slot too. I think there's a lot that Guard can do for the team, and maybe that slot comes down to how the rest of the team looks as well. I just really
I agree. That's not
really
a bad way
like
to go
Calm
about it.
Mind.
I think thinking about those first 3 attacks and then filling in the last one as what's needed for the team.
So I think we can go ahead and lock in Guard as the one we want to bring. I think for this game, I think that's pretty clear.
Now, neither of us really look at this matchup before we actually start recording, but we do obviously put it into a document and have to take a quick look at it to make sure that it looks all the mons are right and everything. And in that moment, Jolt and I have both enough experience to start appraising the mons and the expectations for the battle. And our first reaction, and I think this is a bit of like a knee-jerk reaction coming off of last week's win, last week's win for Noctowl, is that Noctowl represents a really interesting matchup here because they do have a lot of resists to flying, and Gigalith basically hardwalls it if they're especially defensive. But resists to flying don't stop Noctowl from spamming flying type attacks. And
they do not switch into it well at all.
They just cannot. Nothing wants to come in on it. I mean, Togekiss can take a hit, right? Reuniclus can take a hit, but like neither of those things is probably going to be EV'd with speed. So even though Togekiss naturally outspeeds, Noctowl can definitely EV to outspeed Togekiss. And we in fact should at least try to outspeed uninvested Rotom. I'm not sure how much more we'll want, but if we're going to bring Noctowl, I think we're going to definitely try to outspeed a Togekiss. And that thing can just spam attacks again. But the other thing that we were noticing right off the bat was they are a sand team, and we have sort of fake half counter weather, right? Nothing automatically sets it up, but we do have 3 mons on some level that benefit from having the rain up, and Noctowl being one of those mons because it gets guaranteed landing hurricanes. And Ludicolo and Seismitoad can both absolutely take advantage of the rain if we do decide to set it up. And I think they're both really good in this matchup. So Noctowl is actually a pretty good rain setter, especially if they're running something like Scarf Excadrill, just because if they do lock into Earthquake, it's our one true immunity to a Mold Breaker Earthquake. And we can then turn around, set the rain up, and go to town with Noctowl, because then we won't miss our hurricanes.
Okay, so does Noctowl learn Hurricane? Is that right?
What?
Does Noctowl learn Hurricane? Yeah? Or not Hurricane. Sorry, Rain Dance. That's the one.
I was like,
sorry.
It's like
Same idea.
Just had a whole
Same
battle.
idea. Okay, it does. So. I really like this idea of Rain Dance on Noctowl because I think we can both agree the most likely switch in is going to be Gigalith. And it blocks their sand. It gives us rain. And
takes away their special defense boost.
It takes away the special defense boost, yes. And I don't know what the calc is if they lose the special defense boost, but Noctowl looking kind of clean if they don't have Gigalith to switch in. So that's something I really like the idea of too. And that kind of goes back to the same idea that I alluded to earlier with if we can really pressure their special defensive mons, then we can punch through that team. If they don't bring a lot of them, we can really punch through. So I mean that's something we could definitely consider doing, is like a Rain Dance. I don't know if we want to go Nasty Plot at that point, or if we want to just go with just straight up attacking, maybe with a Life Orb, or we can keep a Damp Rock, I guess, if we want. But anyway, that's definitely an option.
Yeah, and I think the Rain Dance on Noctowl, whether or not we even have a Damp Rock, it just forces them to play suboptimally, right, for a little while. And bringing Noctowl and forcing the other team to like dance around you is just the greatest feeling in the world. But the other thing Noctowl can do in this matchup, and this is why we started recording, because I said this, and I think both of us just kind of froze for a second, and we're like, we need to start recording. I said Noctowl could run a Hypnosis Blunder Policy set with Hurricane as well, because the worst thing that happened last time was that Noctowl missed a Hurricane, and then we were outsped and killed.
It was so sad.
But if we run Blunder Policy, then Noctowl will not get outsped. So we get a second chance for a Hurricane. Or if we run Hypnosis, best case scenario, we put them to sleep, and we can just go from there, setting up Rain or not a Nasty Plot or whatever. Because honestly, I don't think Noctowl needs anything other than Hurricane.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that.
And so we could run like Rain Dance,
Hurricane,
Hypnosis, Hurricane,
Nasty Plot,
or Roost. And that set would honestly put in work, because if we hit the Hypnosis on the switch into Gigalith, then Gigalith's asleep, and we're good. We just set up a Nasty Plot in their face.
Mm-hmm.
And if we, or Rain Dance or whatever we want to do, if we miss the Hypnosis, then we get +2 speed. And while I don't think we would do that if Gigalith's healthy, I think giving us that chance to get +2 speed then allows us to make another attack, right? And if we don't want to go for the Hypnosis, if we just want to go straight for the Hurricane, worst case scenario, we miss and we get +2 speed and we outspeed the switch into it, whatever it may be, whether it's the Rotom Wash, the Excadrill, the things that might switch into it don't want to take one. I mean, they don't appreciate it. Let's take a look at the calc for Rotom Wash. Yeah, Life Orb Hurricane's doing 60 to 70%.
Well, let's assume not Life Orb, but for Blunder Policy.
That's true. You should assume you are correct.
Just throw
it's doing 50%, 45 to 50%.
That's +2, or that's just neutral?
What?
Is +2 Noctowl, or is that neutral?
That's neutral.
Okay. So I mean,
+2 is doing 93 to 109, so 56.3% chance to Oko a Rotom Wash. That's max HP, not max special defense. So that's definitely a set that I think isn't something we should just ignore as a possibility.
I mean, I'm all for just including it and building around it, personally. I think it's a really good idea. I think it can work.
I think it can work.
All right.
And then it gives us an option for Seismitoad to run Swift Swim, even if we don't run any other rain source. So just in case, you know.
Hurricane, Nasty Plot, and Hypnosis. Noctowl's gonna do things, guys. It's gonna happen.
This is gonna be crazy if it works, though. Can you imagine if we like hit the Hypnosis, get up a Nasty Plot, miss the Hurricane, and then are at +2
I'll be really sad I couldn't claim credit for the idea. Like it's super good.
It's not that it's okay. I would say it's not that unlikely. It's a 55% chance followed by a 30% chance that we hit the Hypnosis and miss the Hurricane perfectly. Which is not that unlikely given our luck.
Hey, we haven't been that okay. No, we had one really unlucky game. I think that was the one that didn't actually get uploaded though.
To be fair, both of our games would have gone so differently if one attack hadn't killed the Mon that we chose to actually try to win with. Right? Because the first game, Ludicolo got critted, and the third game, Noctowl missed a Hurricane. Yeah. Like, if those didn't happen, if that went differently, this whole season would be entirely different. Whether or not we would have won those games, totally unclear. But, like, certainly would have been closer. So, all right, if we're following that Noctowl around and we're actually going to build around that, then honestly, I think we do want another Rain setter, and we do want to bring both Ludicolo and Seismitoad, which I actually do think have good matchups here for other reasons, not just under Rain. Rabombi is a problem for both of them just because the bug and grass type coverage is annoying. But even with that, I think they're still really valuable mons on this team. Against this team,
I would say Copper has a really good matchup too to help, and it helps out against the Rabombi a lot.
Does Copper also learn Rain Dance?
No, I don't think so. I'm just thinking like Rabombi is a mon that's kind of annoying for the ones that we're considering right now. So Copper would be a good response to those.
Against the Rabombi matchup for sure.
It looks like we're bringing all of our low tiers though. I don't know about this. Toad's not low tier, but we still have Terrakion and Hydreigon sitting right there. We haven't even talked about him yet, so I don't know.
That's true. And I don't know if we need both Ludicolo and Sidestep, but we should at least bring one if we're running Rain Dance.
Well, definitely. I mean, we need probably one or the other, if not both, to help out against Drill anyway, or Girder, something like that. We do need something to help out against Drill defensively.
And I like Terrakion in this matchup a lot. I think we had mentioned before, nothing switches into it very happily.
Yeah.
Their physical walls don't stop it.
I see no reason not to bring Terrakion. I'm just going to lock that one in. I think that's just something we should have on the team.
Yeah, I agree.
It'd be crazy not to bring it.
I'm looking at Hydreigon. I'm not opposed. I think it has a pretty good matchup. It could run either a mixed set or just a straight Dragon Dance set and actually be really effective.
They have pretty good ways to deal with. I don't know.
But they also, we don't have much to set up on. I mean, Decidueye, I guess. Oh my god, the wind just felt like knocked down my building.
Really?
All right, go ahead.
No, I'm just thinking like a spec set seems really nice, but they always have the fairy that can switch in. And,
Togekiss is hard walled any special set, basically.
Yeah, it does. And I mean, I think it gets head smash, right? So I mean, physical could be good against Togekiss.
But what if, like, Rotom Wash,
Mixed.
if it doesn't Willow, Decidueye, Reuniclus that misses a Focus Blast, those are like our options to set up a Dragon Dance.
What about...
If we don't get a Dragon Dance off, we're never going to outspeed Rabombi and threaten it.
Well, so we don't necessarily have to set... So I'm thinking this thing could be like a breaker too, because we have two setup mons already on the team in Gardevoir and Noctowl, right? If that's something we're bringing, Terrakion potentially could be that as well. So what if it was like a... what if it was like a Roost, Life Orb, 3 attacks Hydreigon, and we could pack the like either Steel coverage or Head Smash for the Togekiss, and then we could pack probably Dark Pulse and Draco to cover everything else, and that does a lot of damage to the whole team, and we outspeed almost their whole team too. The only thing, like, literally Togekiss is the one mon that would stand in its way. So we could pick a coverage move that we think will do the most damage to Togekiss, and then this just becomes a really annoying breaker for them.
You think it would be more than Iron Tail?
Iron Tail might be good enough.
Let's just take a look at Togekiss. Hydreigon. I mean, Flash Cannon's already doing a lot. If we just want to run special.
Just thinking that the Togekiss is more likely to run special defense, I would think, just looking at our mons. Because on the physical side, it's not dealing with Terrakion anyway. And nothing else on our team really threatens it on the physical side. So, I mean, Copper is not dealing with that anyway either. So I think like more specially defensive, or like just maxed HP and speed Togekiss leaning on its natural bulk, I think it's much more likely in this matchup than a physical defensive one. So I think Hydreigon could take advantage of that maybe.
Okay, so having done the calc now, 224 neutral natured attack, Head Smash, Life Orb. Guaranteed Oko on a 252 HP 0 defense Togekiss.
Head Smash versus Iron Tail, I don't know what the base power difference is.
50.
Really?
Yeah, Iron Tail's base 100 and Head Smash is base 150.
And let's confirm that Hydreigon still gets Head Smash, I'm not even sure.
It does, yeah, I just checked.
Okay. I mean, that would be an option, and...
Since we're not going to click it very often, it's going to take a ton of recoil from that if we do click it.
But like, getting rid of...
Eliminating Togekiss would just be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's really nothing else we'd click anything but a Darker Dragon move on, right?
Exactly. So we kind of bait in Togekiss for that.
Well, and the Rabombi, which also does not want to just switch into
Right, well, exactly, yeah. And like... So, I mean, the alternative is they might go Gigalith, but then we weaken that down for the other mons on our team, which is great. And, yeah, like, I think it makes it makes a lot of sense to run just like a breaker set like this.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I think it does a really good job early game to just force switches. If we're doing that, I think we also want to run rocks to force these switch. I think our team just kind of wants to force switches, and so we should probably run rocks somewhere. If Copper Raj is our only switch into Rabombi, which it sort of feels like it might be, then we can just run it there, and then we can have to choose between Seismitoad and Ludicolo.
I'd be okay with Terrakion as a rocker here in this matchup. Terrakion,
and then not bring Copper Raja. Then what do we do for Rabombi?
No, I mean we can still bring Copper. I'm just thinking.
I also agree. I think Terrakion does fine as a rocker in this matchup. I just don't know what we're gonna do to switch into Rabombi, if we're being perfectly honest.
I think we bring Copper and Terrakion. Yeah, I think we bring and
then one of Seismitoad or Ludicolo.
I'm trying to think how many mons we have. So if we go Terrak, we go Hydreigon, Guard, Noctowl, Copper. Yeah, then it's either Toad or Ludicolo at that point. Which means it kind of has to be Ludi if we're going to have something. I guess Toad is pretty good against Drill. Or, yeah. I really like Toad for the Rotom matchup, too. Maybe...
I mean... So Copper is good. Super helpful against Rabombi. Do you think our team otherwise... Because we also have the Salazzle, which I know Rabombi gets Psychic, but, like, it's not stab, so Salazzle will be able to take one. Do you think our team otherwise makes them think bringing a super offensive Rabombi is their best play?
I think it's always possible, especially if they want to run webs for whatever reason.
We haven't thought about removal at all.
No, we haven't. We haven't.
Because, yeah, Toad is better against things like the Rabombi, the Rotom. Ludi's better against the Excadrill.
I think if we went full Fizz Def Toad in combination with... What do we do? Fizz Def Toad in combination with... Girder would give us removal, but would still leave us weaker to Rabombi.
Can Girder take one hit?
From Rabombi? I'm sure.
Barely. I mean, if we're running no special defense.
Well, we gotta remember too, Guard is gonna be able to take a hit from Rabombi as well.
I'm just worried they're gonna start setting up Quiver Dances.
So let's think about what they're gonna set up on. It'd be on Girder.
It'd be on a forced switch.
So, okay, yeah, because it sets up on Toad and Girder, technically.
If we're running a specially defensive Girder, well, then we're not running attack.
Maybe we need to choose between Terrakion and Hydreigon.
That's what I was considering. Because I don't know if we can have both and do all the things we want to do.
And I'd be more inclined to go Terrak over Hydreigon, personally.
Yeah, I think Hydreigon's role was
Breaker, and Terrak can do that too.
Yeah. Okay, so the other thing is that Girder... 112 attack Girder with Sheer Force. Oko's with a Poison Jab. And should it fail to do that, Mach Punch. We'll take out the last one damage if it's Sash or something. And that would leave us, assuming we're putting the rest in HP, that would leave us, what, 152 for Spadef? And Moonblast is still a 2-hit KO, but there's no way that it would Oko, and at +1, it would also not Oko unless they're modest. And even then, it's a roll.
This is on Girder.
Girder.
Physically, like especially defensive Girder, I assume?
More or less.
Okay, because I think we probably want a decent amount of physical bulk to help against Drill, but naturally we should be able to take those hits though too.
I mean, I can double check Drill here. Yeah, so hold on. I'm just going to double check my EV's numbers work, because for some reason I'm thinking they are illegal, and Showdown calcs don't tell me that. I don't know why they don't, because that other calc does. Yeah, no, I have too many EVs. 8 too many. So Jolly, Life Orb, Mold Breaker, Excadrill, from if we don't invest anything in defense, has a 25% chance to 2-hit KO, and Drain Punch recovers pretty much all the damage that Earthquake deals.
Yeah. So it's good natural bulk. I'm just thinking if we have anything left over, we just throw it in defense. That'd always be helpful.
Well, I mean, we have to throw it into attack, and then I was throwing the rest into special defense.
Okay, I got you.
And I think because we need that 112 attack in order to OHKO the Rabombi.
Well, I think if we have that in combination with Seismitoad, that should be enough for Drill.
Plus, this will have Mach Punch, which is nice for the
Yeah.
getting out of hand. I mean, Mach Punch from this set. So if we wanted to run Sheer Force, which is what would required for Poison Jab to OHKO the Rabombi at that range, then we don't get the Iron Fist boost for Mach Punch. But it's still doing 42 to 49% to an Excadrill. If we wanted the Iron Fist boost, that's Iron Barbs.
So what are we thinking? Are we thinking Copper, Girder, Seismitoad, and then Noctowl Guard, Terrakion?
Yeah, I think that was the set that I was looking at. And then we forego Ludicolo in the one matchup that we said we'd bring Ludicolo for.
Funny how that goes. Yeah, I mean, I think that seems solid. Like, Salazzle looks pretty nice too on paper, but I don't know if we necessarily have to bring it.
I think Salazzle loses to the things it's supposed to switch into as well.
It's not really something. I just think it is more like a way to help out against some of their scarier offensive mons, but they have good switches into it, I think, and Drampa that they're not bringing, but like Gigalith is a good switch in. Reuniclus is a pretty nice switch in too.
Yeah, Gigalith basically just stuffs it. I mean, we could run Willow, but even then.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. So Toad, Girder, Copper.
I mean, the other option is to bring Salazzle over, like, Copperaja as our Rabombi switch in, assuming they don't have Moonblast.
Yeah, I definitely prefer
like
Copper in that role, because Copper is also nice against Togekiss, and it's nice against a lot of the other mons on their team, I think. Just a good pivot. This team is...
Choppel Coppers? For, like, a Focus Blast Reuniclus kind of thing?
I don't know.
Or do you want Shuka
I might be scared of it.
for the Excadrill? Lum for the Rotom?
I really like lefties Copper, just in general. I mean, I guess I'm not 100% sure until I know what type of set we're running. Can Copper run any kind of setup, or we could be... Ooh, here's an idea. Maybe, let me check its base attack. How strong is this thing?
Copper?
Yeah.
Got base
130?
130.
What do you think about Banded?
That's gonna do damage.
Look at their team.
Do they have a... They do have some steel resists, but not many. Yeah, no, that's gonna do damage.
Because if we're not going to run this as a rocker, we can really abuse Gigalith trying to come in on stuff. We can abuse Reuniclus. We can probably 2-hit KO.
With a banded set, there's no way Reuniclus takes 2. Oops. Does Heavy Slam do more than Iron Head? Since people are running Heavy Metal, that's why. We could run Heavy Metal Heavy Slam. That's an option. Although Rotom kind of sits on that. Yeah, no, Choice Banded Heavy Slam to a Reuniclus, to a like max defense Reuniclus, guaranteed to a KO by a lot.
Wait, how much? Hang on, Rotom's really light. I mean, maybe it doesn't matter for Heavy Metal. Is that only like this Pokemon's weight, and then?
I mean, Heavy Slam's at 120 base power, and Choice Banded to a max HP 0 defense Rotom does 25%.
Oh, that's it. Jeez.
But Power Whip destroys it. Like, I mean, destroys it.
Right. So like we have a coverage move that can hit, and like outside of that, literally all we need is Heavy Slam. Like nothing else is needed. Period.
Yeah, Drill doesn't take 2. And dies to Heat Crash, Earthquake, Power Whip.
So, I mean, is there something we can do with that? So if all we need is Heavy Slam, Power Whip.
What else could we run on this thing?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out do we just run 2 moves? Like flex? Like,
Facade isn't a terrible option just in case something goes wrong.
I
and
do
gives
like
us the
Facade.
bailout.
That seems good. We could have Whirlwind as a bailout too.
Just Banded Whirlwind.
I mean, if you need it.
What a true set. Or Sleep Talk. Do they have anything that would put us to sleep? Nope. Okay. Good talk.
Anything else that might be spammable? What if we need to hit Rotom in addition to other mons?
I mean, Power Whip covers everything that would otherwise switch into a Heavy Slam, aka Excadrill and Rotom. We could run Play Rough for the Hitmontop if we like really are worried about Hitmontop.
Play Rough wouldn't be too bad to help out against the Persian too, maybe.
Oh, Heavy Slam Oko's max. Oh no, that's not. If we're not intimidated. That's foul play. I'm having a lot of trouble right now.
Wait.
Actually, Heavy Slam
Rabambi can
does...
Sleep Powder, right?
Yes. No.
No?
No, it doesn't get Poison Powder, right? That's the one it doesn't get. It gets Stun Spore for sure.
I'm trying to remember if Rabambi can Sleep Powder. Maybe that's the one that doesn't get it.
I don't think it gets it. Yeah, it gets Stun Spore.
Okay.
But not the others. Because, I don't know. The same reason that Reuniclus gets Thunder and not Thunderbolt. Yeah, Heavy Slam does 0.3% less to Hitmontop than Play Rough does.
Okay, not worth.
If we're Heavy Metal.
So Power Whip, Heavy Slam, Sleep...
Facade.
Facade, no Sleep Talk. Anything that's going to speed boost, maybe we want Bulldoze, Rock Tomb.
Well, the problem with Bulldoze is it doesn't hit the Rotom on the switch in. I mean, we could run like Stone Edge. We could run a second Rocker, just have that there.
It's not a bad idea.
Because putting rocks up is nice, and also it's just a mon that does that.
Do you think there's any chance they run screens? We could throw Break on there. They do have screens users.
They do have screeners.
Randy's used screens against me in the past, so I could see that being a thing.
And screens would help them with our offensive assault.
Yeah, okay, I think that's the call. So Heavy Slam, Power Whip, Break, and Sleep Talk.
Facade.
Facade. I always get done that 3 times now. Alright. I put that in the wrong one. It's already in the team builder. I haven't shown you guys that yet. We'll get there soon. Heavy Slam, Power Whip.
We're approaching it.
We are approaching very soon.
Really loud noise.
Nice.
Okay.
Loud noise. Alright, so we're just going to call it Banded. Girder is going to be probably Defog, Mach, Drain,
Jab,
PJ.
Drain. I mean, Pajab hits everything Drain doesn't, except for the Haunter.
Yep.
We're missing Knockoff, but that's, I mean, again, how much are we conceding for Haunter? Because the thing is, that fails to hit Reuniclus without Knockoff. But
I mean, do we kind of want Mach Punch?
I think we want Mach. But that would be the thing we drop for Knock.
Mach Punch would be, yeah.
Yeah.
It might be worth it, honestly.
I mean, we don't really need it because Excadrill. I mean, if we're under 50%, Excadrill is a problem no matter what.
Right.
And if we're over 50%, we can just Drain Punch. Because we'll get like 90% of the HP dealt back anyway. So I think Knockoff is a good move to have on there.
I mean, I'm almost thinking no Defog and just putting Mach Punch over Defog. Personally.
I worry about
Webs,
since we're not bringing like anything off the ground.
But yeah, it's tough, but I'm okay with no Mach Punch. I think it should be fine.
I think we'll be okay without Mach Punch. I know we're gonna get into a situation where we're like, man, if we had Mach Punch, we'd just win this game right now because that's our MO when it comes to team building. But I think it's not. I think there's a justifiable reason not to bring it.
Yeah.
I think those 4 moves offer a lot.
Okay, so we're thinking Banded Copper. We're thinking kind of a fat Spadef-ish Girder. Blunder Policy, Noctowl, Calm Mind, Gardevoir with 1 open slot still. I think Terrakion is our best stealth rocker. So that would mean CC, Edge, Rocks, and...
Can we run like a Rain Sweeper Toad? Do you think we can afford that, or do you want to run it off defensively?
I think defensively to take pressure off of Girder. Because then
That's
that'll, I mean, defensively doesn't really help against anything else outside of Drill, though, which sucks.
Toad?
Yeah.
I mean Rotom.
Well, yes, but you don't have to really be defensive to help against Rotom.
I mean, it depends on what their coverage is.
Yeah, and it could be like a ring
Because
target set or
Gigalith
something.
can't necessarily break it either. And there's a very good chance that like Persian's best option is just to get out of it, against it. So. I mean, or do we not run Toad?
I could see Ludi in that slot.
If we wanted the offense, I think Ludicolo is better. If we wanted the defense,
I'm good with it. Let's do it.
I wonder if there's a better option than Toad.
Yep, I don't like Toad that much the more I look at it. Let's do Ludi. So we still have an open slot on Terrakion. Maybe figure that later.
Possibly just like Rock Polish or something.
Yeah. Maybe like Quick Attack or something for emergency priority. I don't know. Ludi. Okay, so now Ludi
Quick Attack?
can be...
I love Quick Attack Tarak.
I think it's kind of nice. So Ludi can be probably just... Do we need all...
So the question was
cool
Hydro Pump or
stats?
Weather Ball for accuracy?
Do we want to go like a Rain Sweeper Ludi, or do we want to go kind of fatter still to help out against Drill?
So with the berry, whatever that berry's called,
The Bugberry? Tanga?
the bug berry, Pataya,
Tanga.
Payapa, something like that. Payapa is something else.
Pyop? No, Pyop is Psychic. Tanga is
Tanga, that's right.
Bug, yeah.
Because that just shuts down the X drill completely on switch in.
So it gives multiple responses to that, and...
And Rabombi can't probably Oko it, which is nice.
Are you thinking Rain Dance still on this?
I don't know if it needs Rain Dance itself.
I'm wondering what we want to do. This thing should get toxic, right? So we could do... With Encore, maybe? I'm thinking, how can we beat... How do we do this?
So Tanga Berry, Ludicolo, without any investment, survives a +2 Bug Buzz from a Rabombi.
Very nice.
And I don't think we're gonna run no investment, so. And if we have the rain up, Weather Ball's doing 107% minimum for Modest. And if the sand is up, since Weather Ball becomes a rock type attack, it also can Oko the Rabombi. So that's an interesting move to think about. Thanks, Calc. I didn't know Ludicolo learned Weather Ball.
I've never seen it run before.
But it actually does a decent thing in this matchup.
That it does. I'm all about the heat. Let's try that. Weather Ball, and then we want...
We should probably run a real water type attack just in case Weather Ball is not active. You know, like Rain's not active.
Yes, probably true. But, well, yeah, we kind of need to. So we go Weather Ball.
What coverage do we need?
Probably Skull.
Ice. So what coverage? What coverage do we need? Grass.
We need like 4
Ice.
moves if we run Weather Ball.
What?
We need 4 moves because it'd be Weather Ball and then Water, Grass, Ice if we want to also hit Rotom and Decidueye.
Or we run Rain Dance.
Right.
So we could run Weather Ball, Rain Dance, therefore making it our water type move more accurate, more realistically.
I think it's better. I'm still down with like a bulkier one though.
I mean, if you convince me, I'm super down to hear you out here. What would you
Okay.
put on it? What moves?
Well, I mean, these moves are still good. I'm just saying like a bulky EV spread with this kind of move set. So like, I still want something that can deal with Excadrill in some way, right?
I mean, if you wanted to run bulky, then run it with Rain Dish, not Swift Swim.
I'm okay with that actually. We don't need the speed.
And then with the Tanga Berry, that thing's going to tank a hit without issue.
Yeah.
Be able to dish out damage back.
And we can still be like a really fat modest set too that way.
Could run Seeds.
I think we could, but I think the Decidueye is a pretty like not that unlikely of a switch in.
How much does it take from an Ice Beam if we're offensive? Because that's what they're going to assume we are first. Especially if we reveal the Rain Dance.
I mean, I'm thinking we still can be offensive with bulk. I'm thinking like a, roughly
Like
like
max
a
HP.
max HP, max special attack kind of set.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Ice Beam's 2 at KOing a Decidueye, and if we're Life Orb, which they'd expect, it's like almost... it's not almost killing
Is that like an
it, but
offensive Decidueye?
What?
Is that like an offensive Decidueye you're looking at?
Max HP.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, 2 at KO is good enough for me.
Yeah, 248 HP, 8 special defense. Is a 14.1% chance to 2-hit KO after leftovers recovery for Ice Beam.
Okay.
But I mean, that's a big smack with the Ice Beam. And I mean, if we don't want to run it with Ice Beam, then Weather Ball and Rain's doing 30%, and Insan's doing 30%. Weather Ball's weird in this matchup. I feel strange about it, but it's kind of fun.
I mean, I'm down. I'm not taking it off. We're doing it. We're committed.
Like if Togekiss comes in the sand against Ludicolo and we went for a Weather Ball, it does 53 to 63%. That's if it's not. That's if it's an offensive Togekiss.
I mean,
it's defensive Togekiss. It's 21% chance to 2 KO after Sandstorm damage and leftovers recovery.
Okay.
That's not bad.
No, I mean Ice Beam does a lot too anyway. So.
Yeah, Weather Ball actually does slightly more because it's base 100, where Ice Beam is base 90. But yeah, I like Rain Dish, just giving it some passive recovery, dealing with switching into rocks and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that's good. So we're at 45 minutes. We'll probably just start putting stuff in the builder.
Deal. We
So-
always do this at around 45 minutes. It's
Yep,
remarkable.
I know. I've also been kind of keeping my eye on it.
See, I have not looked at it once.
That's all right. That's okay. So we
That's why
got
we make a good team.
Noctowl, Ludi, Copper, Girder. What am I missing? I'm missing the Tarak, and I'm missing the Guard. So we want Trace Guard. We want. Guess we just do we want Iron Fist or Sheer Force probably on Girder for the P-Jab, yeah.
I was thinking Sheer Force. Sheer Force is what allows to Oko the Rabombi with the 112 attack,
Yeah. Okay.
which
So it's-
maximizes the ability to dump into
Is
special
that
defense.
is that adamant or just 112?
Nope,
Okay.
just 112.
And then max HP and Spit F.
Yeah,
All right.
and careful.
Careful nature. Yep. So that is going to be Girder already done. Awesome. Okay, cool. So, Noctowl, we have the King set. We have Blunder Policy. I'm excited to try this. I really am. And we are shiny. Can't forget.
Oh yes, this is important.
Rain Dance, Hurricane, Nasty Blot, Hypnosis. This set is fire. Ludicolo, we're looking at Rain Dish, Tanga Berry. We have Rain Dance on this as well. Weather Ball, Giga Drain, and Ice Beam with approximately max HP. Throw a little here, modest. Do some damage with that. Copper is a nice choice band. Probably max attack from there. I'm not sure, but we'll find out. Terrakion, we don't know yet outside of close combat, Stone Edge, Stealth Rock, and a filler. Speed tier say we creep all the way down to Haunter. What is Haunter?
Or can we outpace Adamant or non-speed boosted Persian?
I don't even care to do that. What's Persian doing?
Then yeah, I guess go down to Haunter. No reason not to.
I don't know what it hits, but we can probably hit Adamant.
317 is what it hits, so you'd have to hit 318.
Darn. Dang, so close. Can we run Adamant? No, we shouldn't risk it.
I mean, then just don't worry about outspeeding Haunter. Just go to outspeed Excadrill. It's their next fastest at 302.
No, we need something that outspeeds Haunter. just in case.
That's true. Our team's really slow.
Yeah.
I was just looking at Noctowl sets, so whenever you're ready for me, I've got some calc ready to go.
All right, I'm just throwing in the stuff that we know for sure. I just threw the rest into HP on Terrakion. We still have an item and a move slot open there. Gardevoir, we didn't talk about the item yet, but we do want Moonblast. We do want, what's it called? Mystical Fire. Calm Mind. And I think max HP is the way on that. Then we'll figure out the rest from there as well. I'm thinking probably lefties on guard. You agree on that?
That seems reasonable.
Just for kind of some of the thoughts, like some of the ideas of abusing abilities and stuff, I think leftovers is the best. Okay, and then yeah, so I need, so Ludi is done if we just say max HP, and I'm pretty okay with that. So Ludi's done, Girder's done.
Unless we want to run a little bit of speed to try to creep Kiss
With Ludi?
on Ludi.
I'd be okay with that.
So Kiss hits 196 with no investment. So
Would Kiss try to base 80s? I mean, Kiss might try to creep guard a little bit too.
I don't think they're gonna bother because I think they think guard's gonna be fast, and I think they're right.
Okay. So I hit 197 with Ludi right now.
Sure. And if we don't outspeed Kiss, we don't outspeed Kiss, but at least we know we have some information about their set if we do. If we fail to outspeed it.
Okay, something like that.
Has the added benefit of always outspeeding Drampa.
True. You never know when it'll come into play. All right, so
if they ran Drampa to creep uninvested Ludicolo, they are gods, though.
True. I've seen a Ferrothorn with speed investment before, so anything is possible. So Girder and Ludi are done. Yeah, let's talk about Noctowl. What do you think?
So there's a couple of options here. It depends on what we're looking for. So Blunder Policy obviously is a +2 speed. I think one option is to give it 204 speed, which hits 227, which has a couple of nice numbers. It outspeeds uninvested Haunter, if they are running that, which I don't think they will, but like that is an option. But it also outspeeds a +1 Scarfed or Rapid Spin boosted Excadrill if we get that Blunder Policy off. We could also run 248, still no plus nature or anything, which would hit 476, which is 1 over what Scarfed Haunter would be if we get our Blunder Policy off.
I'm not too sold on Scarf Haunter being a thing. I mean, it could be.
So the 204 speed would be enough to outspeed +1 Excadrill.
204 speed neutral?
Yeah. When we get to +2, obviously.
I guess Scarf Haunter is kind of a threat to our team.
I mean, we just don't have a Shadow Ball switching. We never have. Except Noctowl.
What was Hydreigon still?
That's true, we have Hydreigon.
Hydreigon was not a good round 1 pick, I'm just going to say.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, the thing was, though, like, the mons we wanted were so much better, like, whatever.
I mean, yeah, the drop-off between top 3 and then, like, next 3 is dramatic.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, but... Anyway, yeah, so I think I'm okay with the 204, and if they bring Scarf Haunter, we'll just need to keep this thing alive. And, like, Girder can take a hit, I guess, if it needs to, and we can actually hit it with knockoff, so that's nice. Yeah, I mean, Haunter's not really that strong, so hopefully it'll be okay. So, okay, so Noctowl, we have 204 speed. Probably want to max out the special attack then, Modest, and then...
I love that we're going max special attack and 1 offensive move. That makes me so happy.
I mean... That's Noctowl, bro.
All you need is Hurricane.
I'll just throw it in defense, I guess? Or let me... I guess I'll throw 4 in defense. Doesn't...
Because I'm telling you, if we just land our Hypnosis, go for a nasty plot, and miss our Hurricane, it's game over.
If Noctowl just clean sweeps, I'm going to be so happy. Like, I can't even describe how happy I'm going to be if Noctowl sweeps with this set.
This is the most situational sweep it would ever be, but like there's a non-zero chance that happens.
I know there's a non-zero chance. I'm feeling it. I'm really feeling it. All right, so guard. We have 80 base speed. we probably want to creep at least an Adamant Decidueye. Would be my guess.
That's doable.
That would be probably the most speed I'd want to run is Adamant Decidueye.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm looking at like what else it would be. Not much, but that would require 176 speed.
Then we still get Modest Nature and 84, which is pretty good.
And then a Calm Mind Gardevoir set can just kind of...
They can do a lot of damage that way. Yeah.
It can do some serious damage here.
We still have a slot open. We kind of know what the rest of the team looks like now. So is anything kind of jumping out to you?
I mean, I think honestly Terrakion's last slot should be Rock Polish.
Yeah, I agree.
Just a bailout, like Fastmon.
Okay, so that makes sense. We still have an item on that to pick. So we have a move on Gardevoir, we have an item on Terrakion to figure out.
Blunder Policy. Just kidding.
No. That might be a bit much.
I mean, it could be like Muscle Band or something.
Or Life Orb even.
Or just Life Orb, yeah.
I kind of like Life Orb, honestly, just kind of punch.
It is just going to punch. I mean, how much is Reuniclus taking from a Life Orb?
Life Orb might allow us to 2-hit KO.
And were we adamant?
More Jolly. We could be adamant if
okay.
we didn't fear Haunter,
but... depends on how much defense they're running on Reuniclus. Life Orb, Stone Edge does about 50%.
Yeah, I'm doing Life Orb. I'd rather have that chance. Which means they were actually at a Life Orb number already, so that is very convenient. Okay, so cool. Now we need a move on guard and EVs on Cobber.
I mean, there's a couple of options on Gardevoir here. I think no matter what, it's going to be a support move, not an offensive move.
Yes.
So Willow is still tempting. Wish is something we could consider as well, both for Gardevoir and for switching in other things. T-Wave screens, definitely something we can consider. Icy Wind slows things down. We could run Imprison to stop, really stop Reuniclus.
I kind of think Taunt is better than Imprison for that purpose.
I would agree.
Taunt seems kind of nice. That's like my gut is saying Taunt or Encore. More so
Skill
Taunt.
swap guard with Trace.
Brilliant, let's do it.
Yeah, I like Taunt. I was just going down the list and seeing what was there.
Another option would be Teleport if we want to have a little momentum on this team, because currently...
Oh, true. Teleport's a thing. It's weird to have Calm Mind Teleport, but it also doesn't seem like the worst thing in the world.
Well, I'm just thinking,
since
what
it will force
is
switches.
switching Drill or like one of the Fat Spadefmons, which can get us into one of our physical breakers.
That's true, because like Gardevoir just forces in the Gigalith, we teleport, and we just go like hard girder.
Yeah.
Or Terrakion. Or just say like hello. I don't mind teleport. I think it's interesting. I think Taunt has merit. I think teleport has merit, and I will leave it up to you which you think is a more fun more fun move to click, because you're gonna be the one clicking it.
Well, I'd say teleport is definitely more fun, but I'm also a little worried about opposing setup. So I might chicken out and go Taunt. I think I'm gonna go with my gut on this one, which is Taunt. However, teleport would be very cool.
We'll run it this season.
At some point, it'll happen.
I think we're gonna start winning games.
At some
We're
point.
1-2. I feel like I'm like in my head. I'm like we're out of the playoffs. Like there's no chance. But we're 1-2. Like we're probably not that far out of
No,
playoffs.
I mean we're
haven't looked
fine.
at the
If we just start picking it up now, we're totally fine. But I really don't even care that much about that. It's more just it's been fun to build with this team, I think, and just kind of
I think this team's gonna
screw
blast.
around. So yeah.
And I feel like our low tier mons are way more fun than our high.
Yeah, I agree totally. Hydreigon's boring. I didn't think I'd say that, but it's actually pretty boring. But anyway,
I feel like optimally Hydreigon does come to this matchup and does a lot of work. And as a round one pick, I think if we were trying to build like super competitively, I think Hydreigon actually makes a lot of sense. Like I mean, not as a round one pick, but like for a round one pick, it would make a lot more sense if we were playing this like super competitively.
But like knocked out, man. No.
But like knocked
Knocked
and like
out.
we can run Rain Dance, Blunder Policy, Hurricane, Nasty Plot, Hypnosis, Noctowl. Or we can run a Breaking Hydreigon. Like, what are you gonna pick?
That's exactly the truth, though. Like, I mean, Noctowl, realistically, that is the slot where Hydreigon would go. But, like, no, that's not. We're not all about that now. So,
No,
Copper.
This season is about proving one thing and one thing only. And it's two things. There's two things we're trying to prove with this season. One, that nobody knows how to use Gardevoir better than the two of us. And two, that Noctowl is the most fun Tier 5 Mon in format.
I would say that Noctowl is definitely in the running. Just throwing that out there. Like, looking at the other Tier 5s, it's definitely up there. This is a Mon that I would consider taking. And as far as viability goes,
like, it just does so much damage that for a Tier 5, you're getting a lot of utility out of it. Yeah. And if you're trying to be competitive, like, actually competitive, Defog is certainly always an option. It gets screens, you know, it can run a bunch of different sets, but just like spamming Hurricane is super free.
Yeah.
Because nothing can, literally nothing can resist it. So it has to be something that's neutral to it that happens to have high special defense, like Togekiss is the only thing that can really do anything. And it can't hit Noctowl because Noctowl's special defense is stupid. So like we just nasty plot in the face of Togekiss, like whatever.
What does Drampa hit for speed?
If it maxes out?
No. Like if it's just sitting there.
108.
Really? 108?
Yeah, it's just slightly above Copper, below Girder.
Alright, so
Base
I'm running
36.
110 speed. No, 109. I'm running 109 speed on Copper. So right now I have 252 attack Adamant Copper with 204 speed F and 52 speed. The speed allows us to creep Drampa, Arena Blitz, and Gigalith.
Deal. And then we just spam Heavy Slam, right?
Correct.
And you're Heavy Metal?
No, I'm Sheer Force currently. Thank you. I need to double check all the abilities. I think I got lazy and stopped paying attention. So Tented Lens, Noctowl, Trace Guard, Heavy Metal, Justified, Rain Dish, Sheer Force on Girder.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, do we lose anything?
I mean, they'll find a way. Crits, hacks.
I mean, yeah, unfortunately, it's very possible. I
Iron
think
Head
Scarfers look really annoying for this team, so hopefully we'll be able to figure something out on that.
I mean, they have a Togekiss, so yes, we lose to something.
True. Very true. Scary. Scary stuff. I wonder if I put the bulk on Ludi into straight defense instead of HP.
I mean, let me see what the drill's doing to it.
We have the Tangas, like we can take anything. Unless we die to like a +2 hit now.
From
Drill, like what about a +2 Life Orb X Scissor? How much do we need to take that through Tanga?
+2 Life Orb X Scissor Tanga Berry. We need 252 HP and 12 defense to guaranteed take it.
Still modest?
Yeah.
Okay, 252 and 12 defense?
Yep.
What if I went 248 HP and still 12 defense? Do I hit it?
No, there's a one roll that kills you if they're
so
jolly.
16 then.
Yeah, and that's a jolly. That's not an adamant hit.
If it's jolly, it creeps guard, which I think they will want to creep. So I think I can take that risk.
And adamant, or well, not adamant, but non-plus speed Rotom.
Okay.
And Toad, I think, is the other thing that guarantees that speeds. If it was adamant, it would fail too.
Yeah. Okay. I'm okay with that risk. I think we have other options too. Okay. Yeah, it's a little better. I like that extra bulk.
And if we have the rain, Weather Ball is annihilating Excadrill. If we don't have the rain, then an Excadrill is living any hit. But so are we. So we can set up the rain, make them think we're Swift Swim. They'd switch out. Except they see Rain Dish, so it is fine.
I'm trying to think how we actually use the Ludi.
I just don't think they're gonna run X Scissor Excadrill, but I think the option to take one, because the thing is, if Excadrill's at full health, why is our Ludicolo in against it without the rain up?
Mm-hmm.
Right, we have to keep that in mind, because like we do have. If we think they're going to go for an X Scissor, if they bring their Excadrill in on a Ludicolo, then they have X Scissor, and Girder is our switch in every time. And if Girder is weakened, then Copper is to switch into that. Because they're never going to click EQ, and they're never going to click Iron Hit on a Ludi.
Yeah.
+2 EQ can't kill Ludi.
I'm just thinking in general, right? Like, when are we bringing out Ludi?
Ludi comes in on...
Are we switching it in on, like, a Hydro from Rotom? Because they're always clicking Volt Switch against our team. Like, are we switching it in on... Like, what? Straight in on Gigalith?
I mean, it could come in on Gigalith. Could come in on Hitmontop. Could come in on Decidueye, potentially. Doesn't love coming on Decidueye.
Switch it in hard on Drill, I guess.
Persian, Drill. Because if we can live a +2 hit, assuming they don't go hard for an X-Scissor first turn and kill our Tanga, if they go for a Swords Dance, then we can just Giga Drain twice.
Just thinking practically, I don't know if the set works.
What would you do instead? Go Hydreigon?
No, it's not necessarily that. It's more...
Or do you want to run like Seeds?
Yeah, like a really fat set is kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe we need to do something like that.
I mean, I'm fine with like, oh my god, that thing would be obnoxious, like Toxic Subseed.
Yeah, that's like almost exactly what I'm thinking. Just like Toxic Seed, maybe so.
Gross. That sounds gross. I'm in.
All right. Yeah, I think that's better. Do we still want Rain Dance? Because we could go like Rain Dance, Leech Seed. We don't have to do Rain Dance though.
Then we don't have any offensive moves if we're...
Yeah, so if we went like Leech Seed...
What about Whirlpool?
No. Gross. If we went Leech Seed... Could even be Knockoff if we wanted to.
That's true. Knockoff's not a bad move. I mean, Leaf Storm is decent for just like a one-off. Slap something. Counter's an option. Funny option.
Can this thing do anything to beat Reuniclus? Probably not.
Outside of Knock. Nothing super offensive, super effectively.
We have
Astonish.
Hydros. Yeah, Astonish. That's the play.
I mean, it could like...
You could do some stuff with that, but...
I don't think this is the week for an SD Ludi.
I don't think so either, but it'd be cool.
I think it works in certain matchups. Waterfall...
I mean, SD Knockoff, just simple.
Yeah, what are you taking off, though? Sub?
I don't know.
I mean, Teeter Dance. Encore could stop the Reuniclus from setting up.
So I think if we ran a fat set, it would want to be like a knockoff.
Metronome.
So you never know what you're going to get.
Could be anything.
I'm thinking if we ran a set, like a fat set, it would want to be like Leech Seed, Protect, Knockoff Scald, or something kind of simple like that. Just pure utility and annoyance. Or like maybe not even Scald, maybe Giga Drain instead.
I like Giga over Scald there. But I think that set has potential.
Or maybe like Toxic over Protect. Doesn't have to be Protect. That could work. That looks a little better to me. That seems like something that could actually have more utility than this. I think this is just gonna die, in all honesty.
I agree. The more I look at it, the more I realize you're definitely right on that one. But I'm looking at like its moveset. It just doesn't get what it wanted to get.
I do like knockoff utility though, and that gives us 2 knockoff uses on the team now, which I like better too.
Yeah, Brick Break's the other option. If we're worried about screens.
We got Brick Break on Copper now though. Big boy
Obviously.
Copper. If Copper got knockoff, I would have put that on there. But okay, I think I'm good to change Ludi. So Leech Seed, knockoff, Toxic, Giga Drain.
And then a little bit of speed to outpace Togekiss.
Yeah, so I have 84 still. Shouldn't even be necessary now. There's not really a point to outspeed Togekiss now.
No, there really isn't. Except not getting flinched.
I mean, I guess, but it's fine. So I think I'm just going to back off to... Still be nice to outpace Decidueye, but again, not really a huge deal.
Just put 4.
I'll put like...
Or 8 or 12.
28. Just real random number. And then,
that's the best way to outspeed something, is if they can't predict what you're gonna...
Oh, absolutely. Especially with like live builders like this. Like, yeah, you can't really be predictable. So, I mean, we probably want like Bold Natured then. Do we still want Tanga? Now we don't have something that actually hits Excadrill, which sucks.
No, I think lefties.
Yeah.
Rain Dish lefties just as slurps up that water.
I mean, Rain Dance, we only get rain from...
I meant Rain Dish. Oh.
Like, we only get rain from Noctowl now.
Noctowl now? We took the Rain Dance off?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, then you could totally run Own Tempo Cheater Dance.
The worst. Do we just want to throw it into the Fizz Def?
Own Tempo apparently also blocks Intimidate now.
Yeah, I see that. It's kind of cool.
Sorry, what you saying?
Do we just want to run Fizz Def on this?
I think so. Probably won't be able to take the Bug Buzz as well, but it's not really offensive anymore.
Yeah, I don't really care about that too much, I guess. So it's just a Fizz Def Ludi now. I don't know if I Giga Drain.
Drain Punch?
Scald. I kind of like Scald better.
I mean, Scald's fine. I have no problem with Scald. Giga Drain just
definitely prefer Scald the more I look at it. Yeah, just because it gives us an actual response to drill. Giga Drain is nice for recovery, but it's not essential. Burn spam.
We're running Leech Seed leftovers. I think we'll be okay on recovery.
Yeah. That looks a lot more annoying.
Deal. I'm in. I don't know whether you're minus attack or minus special attack, but it doesn't really matter.
Currently minus attack, but yeah.
I mean, knockoff's not there for damage.
Could even be minus speed, actually. Maybe that's better. Yeah, I think it is better to do that. I think the damage from knockoff could be actually useful.
And don't run any speed investment.
Yeah. So I don't really care to outspeed the Decidueye that much. For
Excadrill. We're max. Are we like max HP, max defense?
I'm currently 248 HP, 252 defense, 8 Spadef, I guess.
With what nature?
Relaxed.
Oh, you're going plus speed, plus defense. Okay. I mean, plus 4 Excadrill. Oh, that's Tango Berry. I was gonna say plus 4 Excadrill barely kills. If we're not Tango Berry, we aren't living a plus 2 Exeter. We are living a plus 2 EQ though.
That's good. Well, I'm thinking, you know, plus 2. It's not getting plus 2 on anything on our team now.
We live a plus 4 Life Orb EQ from Excadrill.
I assume, like, how much does just a new, non-boosted X-Scissor do?
58 to 68%.
So we can take like an Iron Head or an EQ into it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's I think what we should really be shooting for. If they get plus 2, we'll have to revenge with Girder anyway.
That's fair. Scald's doing 70%, so that's good.
I think if this is what we had, yeah. Okay.
I mean, I don't think Excadrill's their natural response to a Ludicolo in general, but
no,
what ability are you running?
I'm just Rain Dish now. Like, I don't know what else to do. I guess, yeah. I mean, might as well be Rain Dish just in case.
Okay.
Like, Own Tempo wouldn't really be useful, and Rain Dish allows us to maybe cash in on Noctowl.
But Hitmontop can't intimidate us.
Our knockoffs.
Yeah, Rain Dish is the right option.
I don't know. I am a little skeptical on the squad, no lie. But
good. You've been confident about the last ones and they haven't gone well, so I think
right.
when you're skeptical, what could go wrong?
That is an interesting perspective.
It's like when I think I did well on an exam, I always do poorly. When I think I did poorly, I sometimes do well.
Yeah, I mean, it's relatable. Like I totally understand that. So I mean, maybe it'll be okay. Maybe it'll be okay. This does have a lot of heat, a lot more heat than I'm used to running. So it'll be interesting.
You just got to make sure that you commit to it. You can't.
I am committed. I'm all in on
No. I'm just saying, like in the battle, you can't like flounder on the heat. You got to like commit.
Oh
to
yeah,
it.
yeah. No, I feel that.
You can't be like, oh well, we have hypnosis, but I don't want to click it. Like, no, we've got it. We've already put ourselves in this situation, so it's time to click it. You know, like we just got to commit.
It's done. Yep. I feel that. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think about the team in the comments below. You know, as always, if we decide to change anything last minute, we'll let you know before the battle starts. But most likely, we will just sit with what we have right now. Yeah, be on the lookout for this coming out tomorrow. Make sure to check out our opponents' channels as well. Link down in the description below. That is about all I have to say. Anything else from you, Goldoa?
No, I just want to say that just a heads up, everybody. I am currently finishing finals, and this video is not giving me a lot of time to edit. So if it's a little late tomorrow, I promise it'll be up on Friday. It may or may not be up by 4 p.m. If not, just 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just bear that in mind. Please don't hate me. But I'm doing my best, and I will have it up on Friday no matter what. So if the battle isn't up at 4 p.m., just keep an eye on it. It'll come out soon after that.
It'll be okay if you guys have to wait just a little bit for the game. I promise. If you wait,
You guys are
a
excited.
better video, right? It's gonna be a better
The
video.
fact that you're waiting makes it more exciting.
That's...
But yeah, so thank you all so much for watching, and this was a fun one. I'm excited for the rest of the season.
I am too. Noctowl is quickly growing on me, so this is gonna be fun.
That's all I wanted. I've done my job.
Mission accomplished, I guess. Anyways, guys, we will catch you tomorrow. Have a good one. Peace.
Bye.